Welcome back to the Hillbilly RV channel. No fool around day, we're just gonna get right into this one. This gentleman called and said he's air conditioners doing some funny things. It is a Dometic, looks like a brisk air. Let's just get in there and get to this, see if we can figure out what's going on. Let's get this cover off here so we can get to the control box. I'm gonna go ahead and just take 2 screws out of this control box, get it out there so we can get to it as soon as I put the right driver bit on. So I got a whole bunch of them. This does already have the digital control. Just for testing purposes, I'm also just going to go ahead and pop this cover off this control box. Customer complaint is the air conditioner comes on, blows cold, real cold, he says, just like it ought to, and then all of a sudden the fan will stop, but the compressor will continue to run. That's really odd. So we're just going to go ahead and turn this air conditioner on, get a little bit noisy for y'all. I'm going to put my amp clamp on the compressor wire so we can monitor that.
Where you want to set on 65?
Yeah, run her on down there. Here I'm putting my 2 thermometers up here so we can monitor the air temperature going in and out of this air conditioner. You don't want to use a infrared gun for this because you don't want to measure surface temperature. You want to measure air temperature. So I want to put 1 thermometer in the exhaust coming out of the air conditioner, 1 on the intake going in, and what we're doing is measuring differential. What we want to see is 20 degrees differential between the intake and the exhaust air temperature. Now I'm splitting this cover on this wire up here so I can get to the compressor wire. It's either going to be blue or purple, and I'm going to put my amp clamp on that so we can monitor how many amps the compressor is drawing, and then we'll just wait a few minutes and see what these things say. After waiting a few minutes, we had 9.2 amps draw on the compressor. We go around and check the exhaust temperature. It's just about 50. And then we go around and check the intake, and it is just about 70. So that's perfect. That's all we can ask for. I was checking voltages up here at the control box and found this. I thought this was really odd. This is the low speed side of the fan. 160 volts. The air conditioner was running on high fan. The low fan wasn't even running. All my other voltages were 120 volts coming in, going to the high side. Why did the low side fan read 160 volts? Can anybody explain that to me? I went around and checked outlets and everything in the camper was 120 volts except for the low speed fan. Does it have something to do with the start capacitor or the run capacitor? I don't know. Can somebody explain this to me? I'd really like to know what this was about. After a few more minutes, the thermometers read 40 and 60. So the air conditioner is working just fine. And the compressor was reading 10.4 amps. So operationally, there's nothing wrong with this air conditioner as far as the cooling goes. Well, I was getting some strange readings there. Up in the control box, the black wire over here is the high fan. It's getting 120 volts on it. The red wire is the low fan. I get 160. I showed you on the meter. I have no idea what that's all about. I was getting ready to call the control box bad. So I went to the thermostat, put it on low fan. We got no low fan. So now I'm going to use a jumper wire to jump her over. Let's just see if the low fan will work. If the low fan works, then yes, we probably have a bad control box. Be my first. First one in the field. I got a brand new one out of the truck one time, and it was bad. But this would be the first one I actually seen fail in the field. I believe I can get power from right here. Yeah, you can't see what I'm doing, but trust me, I'm doing it. I'm gonna put my jump wire on the red wire. That's the low fan. And I'm gonna go to power here. So yes, the low fan does work. So I'd say we got a bad control box. So I'm gonna go grab one out of the truck. We're gonna start switcherooing it out and see if it doesn't cure this guy's problems. Now before we start, I'm gonna put that back on high fan and find our breakers so I'll know when I'm cutting the right breaker off.
Back there where the trash can's at. Yeah.
Oh, let's see if they're marked right. Well, look at that, would you? It's actually marked correctly.
Yeah.
That never happens. So now we can somewhat safely get these wire nuts off here. This is the only hard wiring we'll have to do, since all we're doing is just taking a digital box out and putting another one in. And of course we'll switch the we'll change the thermostat, because new control box comes with a new thermostat. So we'll go ahead and switcheroo that thing out too. It's even the right color. Alright, get strain release loose. Just pull these wires out. Just go ahead and stick them in the new one. I'm just going to reuse these wire nuts and put these wires back together. Green to bare, white to white, black to black. From here it's just plug and play. Pull the furnace wires off, they're on spade connectors. Switch them over. No right or wrong on them, they just go back on there. Can't mix them up. A 4-pin connector. Our freeze sensor. We'll leave the 4-pin connector loose because I am going to change the thermostat. Go ahead and hook up our upper unit. And now there's no room over for you guys. I'm just going to switch out that thermostat. It's identical, but like I said, it just comes in a box, so I'm going to change it. Just got them 3 little connectors right there, and then I'll be back. Get the thermostat switched out for the brand new, and now I can plug in my 4-pin connector here. Should get a light. Yep. Let's go through the functions now. See if we've done any good. See if the low fan works now. No, gotta cut the breaker on. I always forget that. All right, breaker's on. There's low fan. Yep, now we have low fan. That should be high fan. Of course, there's a delay, cuts off, and it comes back on. So we got high fan. So we're going to put it back on auto. That's where the gentleman keeps it. So I believe that's going to get it. So that's my first bad digital box I've seen in the wild. So I mean, it's a machine. You know, if it's a machine, it can break. So yeah, it's gonna be it on this one. We're just gonna let the gentleman try it, and he'll let me know in a couple days if I didn't fix it. I guarantee you. And but other than that, we're gonna move on. Won't y'all move on? Move on down there in that comment section. Leave me a comment, criticism, concern. Don't forget to check out my new website, hillbillyrv.net. I'm gonna go up road and fix another one, and y'all have a fantastic day. I realize I kind of left y'all hanging. I think what was going on with this air conditioner, you know, the Dometic digital control, if you have the fan on auto, when it requires more cooling in the camper, the fan will be on high. The fan will come on high, and then the compressor will come on, and then when it gets closer to the set temperature, then the high fan will go off, and the compressor will continue to run, and then the low fan will come on. It's a pretty short delay between the two fans when it does that, you know, 5 seconds or maybe less. So I think that's what was going on. You know, the air conditioner would come on, the fan would be on high, and everything was awesome, everything was happy, and then when it would get close to the set point, then it would call for low fan, no low fan. I still don't really know what that high voltage was when I was reading it. I didn't go back and do it after I changed the controls, but it seems to be fixed, and that's always after. So that's all I got. Y'all have a great day.